Watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
If you see breaking news or severe weather near you, snap it and share it using Near Me on the 11 Alive News app. Want to verify if something's true or false? Record your question and send it. Download the 11 Alive News app to use Near Me.
11 Alive News at 11 p.m. is where you find out what's happening now across Metro Atlanta.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Cobb County, where a neighborhood is now...
Where you stay.
From the 11 Alive Stormtrackers, we have been tracking these strong storms that have been rolling through North Georgia and through Metro Atlanta. They have been prompting severe thunderstorm warnings. These storms do have a history of producing some damage. We've had numerous reports of wind damage around parts of North Georgia with some trees down. We even had a report of an injury as a tree fell on a trailer in parts of southern Cherokee County in the Bells Ferry area. So these are pretty strong and they are serious. Right now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect that includes multiple counties here, as this line has now pushed out of North Fulton, pretty much gone through the Atlanta area. We still have some storms over on the DeKalb County side of Atlanta, and here on the east side of the perimeter that still have heavy rain and thunder and lightning with them. The core of the heaviest of the storms are over Gwinnett County right now. This moved through Lawrenceville and produced some quarter-size hail as it moved through the Lawrenceville area, and that continues to move to the south and also to the east. The main things we're seeing with this: very heavy rain, that gusty wind, also a lot of thunder and lightning, and some of the hail in association with it. Now, on this warning, you're seeing Barrow, DeKalb, Gwinnett, and Rockdale. We also have Walton in there. It just didn't fit here in that box, but here you see DeKalb County, Gwinnett County, around Lawrenceville, covering a big part of Gwinnett, just not North Gwinnett, not included in that polygon. Sugar Hill and Buford, you're not in that. But this goes down into DeKalb County on the east side of the perimeter that you see right here, over toward Redan, I-20 over into Rockdale. Conyers is right here. And then this includes this part of Barrow County from Winder southward, also into Walton County. This is going to be in effect until 6:45 as these storms are moving down toward the south and also to the east. Here's where we were seeing that hail in the Lawrenceville area that's now moved down. In fact, can you center that up for me just a little bit, Andrew? And we can see, there we go, a couple of cores there. This around New Hope, and then this around Snellville, where we have some of the hail. This would be most likely pea to marble size hail that we're seeing right now in the Snellville area here, as well as up in the New Hope area, where we have, again, that severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be in effect until 6:45. We did have reports of larger hail around Lawrenceville earlier. This is saying grape size hail around Snellville, here around New Hope, a walnut size hail with these storms as they move over toward the south and also to the east. Now, earlier we had hail size of about an inch, quarter size or larger, maybe golf ball size hail as those storms rolled through Lawrenceville just a little while ago. So this has already gone past the 985 corridor. Also, it has moved past the split of 985 and 85, past the Mall of Georgia, well into central Gwinnett County right now, and into DeKalb County that we just showed you there close up as these storms are rolling on through. And then back behind this here, you see that that's where the drier air moves in. These storms trail back into parts of Alabama where we have severe thunderstorm warnings there, and then also it's a little more active into South Carolina, also into North Carolina, and here we are right here. You can see that severe thunderstorm watch that we had there in parts of northeast Georgia. The National Weather Service is kind of whittling away at some of those counties. Here's our view in Gwinnett County. Things are looking better in the Duluth area, looking over toward the west where those heavier storms have already rolled through there as well. Here's what is left of the severe thunderstorm watch. Now, the National Weather Service is monitoring whether or not a new watch is going to be issued for areas over in East Georgia throughout the rest of the evening hours. They're coordinating with the Storm Prediction Center because this watch is going to expire at 7 o'clock. It still includes Hall County over into Jackson County, moving up toward Franklin County, Banks County, you're still in that as well, Stevens County, as well as Hart County, still in that severe thunderstorm watch until 7. but we'll keep an eye on this and let you know whether or not they're going to extend that a little bit more to the south and east for the rest of the nighttime hours. Now, I'm teaming up tonight with Andrew Wilson, meteorologist Andrew Wilson here. He's also tracking where we've seen some of that damage. And, you know, Andrew, we've been watching these storms rolling throughout the afternoon hours where we have all that heating, and you are getting some reports of damage rolling through.
Yeah, we did have a lot of storm reports that came in, not just from these storms that we've had today. Also last night, you see anywhere that you see the west of the Atlanta metro, that's going to be reports from last night. But we also have had some hail reports as well as some strong wind reports and wind damage reports coming in from areas closer on into Gilmore County, stretching south all the way down even through Cherokee County. Some of those reports have been even a little bit more on the serious side, including one spot where a tree had come down on a mobile home. Chris, you had kind of talked about that just a little bit earlier. You see one minor injury was reported when a tree had fallen onto a mobile home off of the Victoria Road near Bells Ferry Road area. So pretty serious issue there. Looking all the way up into Gilmore County, you'll notice a tree was down on Highway 282 near Pleasant Gap Road. Just a few of the spots where we've had some of those stronger winds move through, and the stronger winds that moved through earlier on also brought down a tree at Camp Road, on Camp Road rather, at Donna Lynn Street. So all strong wind reports there. And we've also had reports of some large hail. The largest hail report that we've had was kind of just south of Roswell. You see that there was quarter-size hail there, but also walnut-size hail that was observed at Abernathy and Glen Ridge Road. Some large hail that was associated with this storm as it was moving through there a little bit earlier on. That's the same storm that's moving into portions of, or moving through portions of Gwinnett and DeKalb County, moving kind of east-southeast at about 20 miles per hour. And the next communities that are going to be impacted by this system are going to be Conyers at about 6:16 p.m., Bald Springs impacted by about 6:22, 6:35 in Bethlehem. You see Campton at about 6:37, Covington, we're talking about 6:48. That's when we're talking about stronger winds and possibly even some large hail. It looks like the hail has come down significantly from earlier on, but still at least some strong winds in Covington by 6:48. All the way down to Social Circle by 7, North High Shoals there at about 7:15, and Bishop by about 7:26. Again, this system, these storms are kind of falling apart a little bit as they move southeast, but they still could strengthen back up as they continue to pass through this southeast corridor here. I think it'll just miss Athens. Athens, you're probably going to be dealing with some heavy rain, a little bit of lightning here and there, but not going to be as intense as what we see with this severe thunderstorm continuing to move southeast, Chris.
All right, Andrew, let's go back here, and you can see again that severe thunderstorm watch. We're going to be watching whether or not the Storm Prediction Center and the National Weather Service are going to move this on down closer to us. But you can see here on radar, Andrew, if you'll zoom in just a little bit tighter to this and put this in motion, I was kind of seeing if they could have I thought I detected maybe a little bit of an outflow boundary when you were showing the loop. There was a little bit of a boundary trying to develop right here. We watch for those sometimes when the storms are rolling through. It often produces a little bit of a mini cold front out from that, and from that boundary we can see other storms developing. We'll keep an eye on that to see if in fact that is going to happen. But here again, is this a severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect until 6:45 for those counties there that you see over toward Gwinnett County, DeKalb County, Rockdale County, Walton County is also included in this. We've got about 46 lightning strikes in the past 15 minutes. We did see higher lightning counts a little bit earlier. Andrew had mentioned it kind of seems like we're noticing with this line, it's not really, a defined line. It's just really some clusters of storms here. We'll keep an eye on that lightning count. If it keeps coming down, that would be an indicator that we do have, the storms maybe weakening just a little bit as the system continues to roll on through. And again, on the back side of this, things are getting a little bit quieter. There's another look in Gwinnett County. Still dark clouds there, but it's improving as those storms roll on through. Here's a look. Now again, we'll keep watching the National Weather Service and Storm Prediction Center as to whether or not they're going to reissue a new watch. We still are in what is classified as the level 2 of 5 risk area for severe storms through our area tonight. Once that rolls through, things are going to get a lot quieter. All right, let's focus on the heat here for a minute, because that's been the thing that's been affecting all of us for the past few days. We got up to 96 degrees here in Atlanta today. We're still at 92. Now I want you to notice something here. In Marietta, it is 74 right now, 72 in Duluth, 79 in Gainesville, 81 in Canton. Those areas that had the rain, that's rain-cooled air, that dropped those temperatures from the 90s now into those 70s. So feeling a lot cooler now in Marietta and also into Duluth. We're 92 here, so these storms haven't moved through Hartsfield yet, so that's why temperatures are still warm there. In Athens, 93 degrees there, 94 in Peachtree City, 95 over in the Eatonton area. Feels like 96 here, still a heat index of 101 in Duluth, triple-digit heat index levels on the south side, but you can see how it is cooler there in North Georgia. Now, we have the heat advisory in effect for our area until 8 o'clock tonight. We've been dealing with heat advisories for the past few days here with heat index levels in the triple digits, even up to 105 and 110. Here's the deal. Tomorrow, it's still going to be hot, but we don't expect to have a heat advisory reissued tomorrow because the air is going to be a little bit drier. We're going to go with the 9 on the wasometer here. Highs near 94 degrees in the afternoon. Let me walk you through the timeline of what we're watching through the rest of the evening hours tonight. These storms that we have in the Duluth area now will push down toward the south. So we'll actually see improving conditions tonight with drier air that's going to start moving in. The rain is going to move out of our area. And then you can see here tomorrow we start off with dry weather. It stays dry during the day tomorrow. This is the flow, northerly flow tomorrow, where we are going to see that drier air starting to filter in. So it is going to be very muggy, very mild still to start on Saturday, but in the afternoon Saturday, you'll notice a change of the feel of the air as we have that drier air that's going to start moving in. It won't be as muggy. And then on Sunday is when you're really going to notice it. Sunday morning, we'll wake up to temperatures that are going to go back into the 60s, around 67 degrees. And then in the afternoon, around 90 for a high. Saturday's going to be 94. Sunday's going to be around 90 degrees. I know that's still hot, but it's not going to be as muggy Sunday. So actually Sunday is going to be feeling pretty nice out there. So let's go back to Andrew. He can give you an update now on some of those storms that are moving through. We still have that warning in effect. Andrew, are you getting any new details right now from the Weather Service about if these storms are producing any new damage?
Yeah, Chris, not any reports of new damage. We did have an update that we had 51 mile per hour gusts reported at the Lawrenceville airfield a little bit earlier on. Also, the National Weather Service is mentioning that there could be a strong wind signature kind of just south of Conyers, east of Snapfinger, and then kind of just into this area here near Smyrna Road, southwest, Flat Shoals Road, southeast, kind of looking right into this area, kind of on the edge. So just south of Conyers, right through here, Tucker Mill Road, southwest, Highway 138 here, Georgia Highway 138, Old Salem Road, southeast, all through here. This is southeast DeKalb County. If I'm naming off some stuff and you're wondering what I'm talking about, this is southeast DeKalb County, and that's where the National Weather Service has mentioned that we have some strong winds reported in this severe thunderstorm warning that is continuing until 6:45. So this is all moving to the east-southeast. I mentioned some areas earlier that we're going to be impacted by this storm. Covington, you're not in the severe thunderstorm warning just yet. This is just ahead of you, but you probably have already started to notice the winds picking up a little bit. There's that outflow boundary that we were mentioning earlier. You can kind of barely see it on radar. There's like just a little bit of green and gray specks there. That's basically just dirt and a little bit of bugs getting kicked up by some stronger winds as this thunderstorm is starting to die out a little bit. Here's some of those towns that are out ahead of where these stronger winds are. You see Dialtown at 632, Covington right there at 636. So again, that's going to be right when the stronger winds are impacting you. Right now, you probably already have some gusty winds, but it's going to pick up even more. Down all the way into Dickinson by the time we get to about 718, before it even gets there, Mansfield could be impacted by about 703. So big corridor right there along where the stronger winds are, the I-20 corridor. If you know anybody who's driving east along I-20, closer towards, from the Atlanta Metro, closer towards Covington, maybe they're headed east closer towards Madison or even all the way over towards Crawfordville, they are going to be dealing with heavy rain, possibly a little bit of hail there too, and even strong winds. It's going to be best to pull over. Don't try to drive through this. Maybe if you're driving west, you know someone driving west towards Atlanta coming to visit you this evening for the weekend. Tell them to pull over, take a little bit of a break, let these storms run through. That way they aren't putting themselves in a dangerous situation while they're driving down the roadway there.
There's that little bit of an outflow boundary. boundary. If you can kind of see that right there toward
Yeah,
Covington,
right there.
That's just, you're able to detect that on your radar, you see right there.
Yeah, McDonough all the way up towards Covington. You can kind of see that gray and green out ahead of the rain itself. That lets us know that a lot of downward motion from the storm pushing air out ahead of it, letting us know that the system is starting, or the storms themselves rather, are starting to die out just a little bit. But sometimes when that happens, that means that we get a really strong push of air out ahead of it, leading to damaging wind. That can be very likely whenever we have a thunderstorm situation like this. So we also have some higher levels of rainfall possibly here. You see where we're starting to see a little bit more pink. That's typically also where we end up seeing hail to go along with it. So possibly a little bit of hail there just southwest of Campton near Loganville, and there you're seeing a little bit of gray showing up on the screen. That could end up being about walnut size hail showing up on the key here at the top. Marble size is what we're seeing. So less than an inch, so not very significant hail, but if you have marble size hail that's blowing from strong winds, that could still end up causing a little bit of issues out there. And that's going to be just southeast of Loganville. Loganville, you're on the quieter side of this. It's probably still coming down pretty hard where you're at, saying, yeah, right, it's pouring here. But you're on the quieter side of this. It is going to continue to move southeast. And Lawrenceville, where we had that 51-mile-per-hour gust earlier on, it is going to start to get a lot quieter there for you as well, with just a little bit of lingering showers. You're probably still hearing a lot of thunder out there, but at least that severe thunderstorm has already passed through where you're at, continuing to move even further southeast, though, and really, I think the big impact right now is going to be along that I-20 corridor, where we're going to continue to have some strong winds and a lot of that heavier rainfall. So just make sure that you're staying aware with the radar tonight and the weather, because we want to make sure that everyone stays safe out there. So Chris, pretty serious storms that we've had this afternoon.
Yeah, and we're going to keep watching these. We're doing this, I think we're going to wrap up here in just a minute or so. So we just want to let you know on all of our OTT channels here what we have going on for our area for tonight. Here is another look at our radar, and this is what Andrew was focusing on just a few minutes ago, is those storms moving through. So what we're going to be watching over the next few minutes as to whether or not the National Weather Service is going to extend this warning on over to the east of us, out I-20 toward Covington, if they'll include Morgan County, if this will go over toward the Lake Oconee area with this warning, as these storms really seem like they are holding together a good bit. In fact, Andrew, if you could put this, let's do a lightning count if you want to put it into live mode, and we'll do a lightning count on this, and we'll see we've got about 54 lightning strikes. So that's pretty similar to what we were showing earlier. I think earlier we had 40 something in a 15-minute period. So this is indicating to us that there's still a lot of lightning with it, and that number's not going down. So we're not really seeing a lot of weakening. What we have been seeing, though, is that it looks like the hail size with this and the occurrence of hail has been a little bit lower over the last little while too. Not seeing as large of a hail with these storms as they continue to move over to the south and to the east. So here's again that line, more of that thunder and lightning that continues to move on through. On the backside, a little bit of light stuff still in North Fulton here, but really this is the main part of that energy that's going to keep moving over to the east of us. So we're going to be watching for you in Newton County, for Covington, as that's going to be moving your way. Walton County, Monroe, I want you to be ready. The heavier thunderstorms moving through. Look at here at the leading edge of this, where you see it going from green to yellow to orange and then red very quickly. There's going to be a lot of wind with that. That's going from no rain to a lot of rain in a short period as this line moves through, and it's also an indicator when you have that gradient that is so large there between the green, yellow, and orange and red, where there's really a lot of gusty winds along the leading edge of this system as it continues to move on through. South DeKalb County, this cluster looks like it's getting a little better organized here. That's going through Rockdale County around the Conyers area. That will then move into Covington, going out I-20 closer toward Lake Oconee. So again, we'll be watching these storms for you as we continue through the evening hours tonight. With that warning that's still in effect, they did, Andrew, it looks like they took out parts of North DeKalb, parts of central Gwinnett. We still have it in effect for South Gwinnett, also over into Barrow County, Walton County, and into Rockdale County down here, and still parts of South DeKalb included in that, but they have taken out much of North DeKalb, much of central Gwinnett County. So now our next thing is going to be watching if a new warning is going to be issued. Again, this one's supposed to expire at 6:45. It looks like it may outrun that polygon before the expiration time at 6:45, but it could be issued a little bit more down to the south as well. So what we're going to do right now, I want to kind of get to our 7-day outlook. I think we're going to end this. I haven't heard from our producers if we're okay to end this right now. We've gone a little bit longer than 15 minutes, which I think everybody's okay with that. But we want to just wrap up letting you know of the changes coming in for the weekend. Saturday, we don't expect rain. It's going to be muggy in the morning and still hot. Highs near 94 in the afternoon, but it's not going to be as humid in the afternoon. The drier air starts filtering in. You'll notice that Sunday morning with a low of 67, then a high of 90 degrees. That's still going to be hot, but it's not going to be as muggy. Going with a 10 on the wasometer, but we're not finished with the hot air. We're going to be going back up into the upper 90s to near 100 degrees, we're thinking, on Wednesday and Thursday, close to triple-digit heat, but the humidity levels won't be as bad next week, but it looks like it is going to be dry. So stay with us. We'll have more updates for you throughout the evening, and of course at 11 o'clock tonight, more coverage, and then coverage on primetime on the ATL throughout the evening.
Metro Atlanta,
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Cobb County, where a neighborhood is now
where you stay a step ahead of severe weather,
Our storm risk has now been upgraded to a
and the only place where you can verify fact versus fiction.
11 Alive can verify that claim is false.
11